So guys, this is the Klein Modbox. That's the Milwaukee Packout. 2 units I've had. I've had that Milwaukee Packout for, I don't know, roughly 3 years now. Had this one for probably a little under a year. I'm going to tell you why I went with the Modbox over the Packout now. Hang on. Let's start at the bottom and go up. The Milwaukee Dolly. The Milwaukee Dolly, I like the Dolly. It's got a little foot brake here, which is very nice also. It's very hard to lock the wheels. Not as hard as it is to unlock the wheels. I'm going to show you a little clip. I'm trying to do it with tennis shoes. Couldn't do it with tennis shoes. I even tried to do the top tab. Then I started pulling on the bottom tab just to try to get them undone. I end up having to get a pair of pliers. You got to get a hammer or something like that. Now, they do work better with these work boots on, of course, but still very hard to do. But I tell you one thing, at least they have a Dolly. Klein does not have a Dolly. I bought this Dolly off of Etsy. So I'm going to Klein headquarters here in a few weeks, and that's the first thing I'm going to ask him is, where's the Dolly? We need a Dolly. I mean, people in shops like I do, I work off of Dollies. I don't need a 2-wheel cart like contractors going around to different job sites and packing it in the back of their truck. This thing stays in my workshop. Either this one, the small one, I work some out here, and this thing just rolls around with me. It's got all the tools I need to get the job done. Next thing, we'll go to the bottom and come up. This Klein one-drawer unit, which is one-drawer unit, you can hold larger tools. As you can see in the picture here, I've got larger tools on the left, and I have another third of the box for smaller tools. Now, the Milwaukee does not have a one-drawer unit that fits on the Dolly. Milwaukee's only one-drawer unit that fits on the Dolly is more of a cabinet. You have to pull the door up, and I don't want to have to get on my knees every time I want to get something. I just want to pull this drawer out, get what I need, and pull it back in. They do have a one-drawer unit that slides, but it's on the two-wheel Dolly, not this 4-wheel Dolly. I tell you, I got to give it to Klein. I love this one drawer. Also, the drawers themselves. These drawers just open up so much. Look how smooth this is. All of them are just smooth as glass. Every one of them. None of them sag. This one sags like crazy. Now, some of them sag worse than others. If you can see here, it's even hard to open it up. Once you get to a certain point and that sag is below or past this bar in the back, it rolls easy. But watch this. It starts right there, and I mean, you got to put some force to close it. I'm going to show you a little clip right now of why it's doing that. Is where that bottom starts to belly out, and it starts to hit that bar back there. If you look down, that's the metal bar that this drawer is dragging across. So if you look at the bottom of this drawer, this is a 3-drawer unit. You can tell it's pretty flat there. But look at the gap right here. The wear marks are right here. You can see the wear marks. That's wearing on that metal bar in the back. Now, not only this drawer, but this one, even though it's easier, it's starting to sag. You can hear it right here. And all it's got in here is some hammer drills. So when I pack this thing with hand tools, it's going to start doing just like this one does. Now, both of these have the little detent here where you can see you pull it and then you have to push it that little bit in, just like this one. You pull it out and you have to push it a little bit in. On these type of units, they have that. The locking on this one is just one bar, pull it up, one-handed. You need about 3 inches to operate it, just enough to get your hand in here. You push this red tab in, you push this bar down, and you're done. It's just that easy. With the Milwaukee, you need a lot more. You need about 2 feet clearance because you have to pull this out, pull it up, click it in like that. To get it out, you pull down on this red tab, pull it out, and slide it back in. These are just so much easier to lock. Now, the only reason I would lock them, of course, it comes with a pin here that you can lock it with it closed, because you have to push this in to close this. If you put a lock here, you can't open this. So now you can do that. So this is metal reinforced. These have the same type of locking tab, but they're plastic, and there's no metal reinforcement here. So these are just just so much better built as far as I'm concerned. You got locking tabs here, and on this side, you've got another one where you can come all the way through. You see this, even this organizer box, all the way through with a cable lock and secure all of your stack together, lock it to a beam or post or whatever. So they do have that where this one does not. Now the thing about Modbox, they've been constantly innovating since this thing came out. With the Packout, they did when they first came out, but now Milwaukee's kind of slowed down on the innovations and the different additions they're putting out. They're just not innovating. Now, Etsy Crowd is really doing a good job with innovating. They're doing all kind of inserts and things like that for the organizers and also their rail system here. But Milwaukee themselves aren't doing it. Let me tell you about this one. This one is a one-drawer unit, and this is the latch. Now, here's how you take it off. But this is the latch to open the drawer. So you no longer need this lock. All you need to do is pull up on the latch and pull out. If you don't pull up on this latch, it will not come out. So you don't need any type of bar locking system such as this. They also came out with this. This is the half drawer. Same way. You can't open it unless you pull up on this latch and pull out. So now they've got a full drawer and a half drawer. No locking bar needed. Another thing they did was they used to have organizers called the MB, which stands for Modbox. It was basically almost just like these. I mean, you had these latches. You had to undo both latches. You pull the top up. All of them have these where, the screws won't fall out of the containers. And then you went and you latched each one individually back together. This is the new Modbox MBX. With this Modbox MBX, you have these two tabs here. You push in, that unlocks the top. You open it up. All of them still have, everything where they'll retain each section in here will retain it. And I'm going to show you a picture right now of the inside of these. A lot more dividers than the other organizers as far as DeWalt, Rigid, Flex, Milwaukee. And also they have this little center section here. This little center section here that you can put in, it's in between them. Just awesome. Now to close the door, to close the lid and lock it, that's it. You just have to push down. So that's pull in to open and push down with a little pressure to close it, and it's locked. Now let's talk about the railings. Now let me go to this side first. If you can see the rail here, this one is actually built into the box. So it's just a plastic molded rail that's built into the box, and these accessories will fit on it. This accessory here holds your Connect boxes. So these are the new Klein Connect boxes they came out with. That's it. You put them on there, and they are on there solid. There's a little tab. You pull up on the tab and pull up and out, and it's off. They also, of course, have drill holders. They have lights. This is your double light. This one you just pull up, and very easy to put on and off. This is your job site speaker. They have this little unit here that has a rail on it that will hold extra power tools, other hand tools. They also, on the bottom here, they have one with a plastic cover in case you want screws, wire nuts, things like that. Now, Milwaukee also has rail attachments. I don't have that many rail attachments, but I do have this. It's just like the one I showed you from Milwaukee. It's got this rail. It's got this rail where you can hang tools and also places for your hand tools. This one is actually a little bit wider than the Klein Modbox one. The only thing about this one is these rails aren't, so you have these metal rods here. The rails are not built into the box like the Klein is. With these, you have to attach these two by screws, and then you can attach this on top of these little hangers here. I mean, it probably takes, I don't know, 8-10 minutes to put on, not a big deal, but it is something you're going to have to do. That's some of the main reason I chose Klein Modbox over the Milwaukee Packout. I still use that Packout. I still like the Packout. It does have some quirks, dragging drawers and things like that, dollies that are hard to unlatch. But the Klein Modbox just operates, as far as I'm concerned, flawlessly. If you want to get into a system, you want to make sure they're going to continue innovating. And that's what they're doing here with these boxes, with these latches. That's innovation. We'll see you next week.